Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich, making another video on XRP today, as usual. So wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. We're going to discuss XRP, which I was actually going to discuss in that earlier video. Recently purchased by Ripple, Hidden Road receives FINRA approval to function as a broker-dealer. A range of compliance, prime broking, clearing, and financing services, as well as fixed income assets, are now available to institutional clients through Hidden Road. This is significant since it will increase Ripple's capacity to engage with institutional customers. According to Hidden Road's president, we will be able to reach a wider range of institutional clients with our technology-driven fixed income service offering as a FINRA member. We are excited to keep delivering execution and assistance to our clients in the incredibly dynamic market environment of today. Our business is booming. Many institutional adoptions will become possible as a result of this. However, Hidden Road is growing not only in that area, but also in the tokenization space. Smoke is the source of this. Not everyone can participate in the tokenization race. The Financial Conduct Authority of the United Kingdom has one of the most stringent clearance procedures for cryptocurrency firms worldwide. Approval to operate is granted to less than 10% of applicants. One of the few companies to be approved by the FCA is Hidden Road Partners, a premier broking platform that serves institutions. Hidden Road is a unique company with this degree of governmental approval, and they have now collaborated with Ripple. This collaboration marks a significant advancement in the tokenization of real-world assets. A small group of regulated companies will likely control the market thanks to Ripple's infrastructure and Hidden Road's institutional connections. Archax is another FCA-approved company that has already tokenized assets utilizing the XRP ledger, demonstrating Ripple's more comprehensive positioning plan. The preferred blockchain for regulated tokenization is the XRP ledger. There's a lot of expansion going on, and anyone in that exclusive group will undoubtedly rule the tokenization space. There will be a lot of value flowing through the XRP ledger. Additionally, as that is taking place, the price of XRP will keep rising over time. ISO 222 of the Bank of England, effective May 1, 2025. In order to encourage the use of enhanced data in the UK payment industry, the bank will require the use of ISO enhanced data for specific CHAPS payments starting on May 1 of this year. However, they also intend to use a coin that is stable. I will discuss that in a moment. The Bank of England also teamed up with Ripple, a blockchain business based in the United States. Since Ripple has had the rails in place for years, they are at the center of everything. Mr. Man is the source of this. There's a pleasant ring to Rlgbp. The digital pound has stated as much. Starting in November 2025, the Bank of England will use structured data. In order to facilitate the shift to the rich data world, the stablecoin will be released months prior to this day. Is Rlgbp on the horizon? We are waiting for that. However, it appears that the May timeline is only the start. They will begin putting things in order at that point. Through the introduction of stablecoins into the regulatory framework, customers in the UK will be able to fund their wallets with fiat deposits or convert their cryptocurrency to pay for goods. Additionally, when the risk appetite of UK investors shifts, both retail and institutional investors will have the option to convert their unbacked cryptocurrency holdings into a stable coin. Thus, it appears that they are following the United States' lead and moving closer towards a stablecoin than a digital currency issued by a central bank. However, a stablecoin will function similarly to a CBDC. The distinction is that it is published by a private company, such as Ripple, and listen to how revolutionary the XRP ledger is. Get it at EZEA. Allow me to introduce you to auto-fridging, one of the XRP lasers basic primitives. We're at a money exchange, you see, but what if you're trying to exchange big sums of money between two currencies and there's not much liquidity between them? The basic idea behind auto-bridging is to use XRP as the bridging token to increase exchange rates and liquidity. Basically, what it will do is show you these various ones if you look here. That's a terrific one, in fact. Actually, I have no idea what that currency is. NYR. Suppose I wish to perform NYR on SEK. What it will do is take ENYR, convert it to XRP, and then send XRP back to SEK. The auto-bridging feature operates in this manner, and that's how the XRP ledger is revolutionary. Any two currencies or anything of worth can be exchanged for XRP. I keep telling you that everyone is extremely concerned about RLUSD because of this. RLUSD will be used in place of XRP. However, consider this: if the RLUSD needs to travel from the US to Europe, it might enter as RLUSD via XRP and exit as the digital euro. Additionally, XRP is providing ODL on-demand liquidity at the same time. XRP is unknown to a great number of individuals, and that's the change. 6,389,968 wallets for XRP. And observe how rapidly the value of the wallet has increased since Donald Trump was elected president. There are a lot of new folks in this area. I see a lot of folks on X, They treat new investors with such rudeness. You can tell someone is fresh to cryptocurrency because they asked a straightforward inquiry. They immediately respond by saying they have, calling them derogatory names or telling them to go figure it out for themselves. However, these individuals are only attempting to learn. They entered this area. They're curious about what they are holding, and for that reason, educating people about cryptocurrency is crucial. Similar to when you immediately introduce a buddy to cryptocurrency, they also have questions. Since they've never done it before, you comprehend it better than they do. Additionally, wait till XRP breaks out if you believe this rise was significant. Everyone will want to invest in cryptocurrency, therefore the wallet jump will go completely crazy. We seem to be in the quiet before the storm at the moment. We actually had the 5x on XRP go beyond $3, Right now, it's hovering around $2. However, when the next move occurs, we suddenly enter a price discovery phase. When that occurs, the number of wallets will skyrocket. Additionally, many of the newcomers are still learning what they're carrying. However, once you grasp what XRP is and what it can do, you begin to see just how big this is. And the case continues to be a major concern for many individuals. According to cryptocurrency attorney Jay Farrell, Ripple has more in mind than a simple SAC settlement. Additionally, it is asking Judge Torres to issue a suggestive finding. This would enable the judge to overturn her previous ruling. To clarify that private sales of XRP by Ripple are permitted. For Ripple's intentions to go public through an IPO, this stage is essential. However, in 2025, there won't be an IPO. Brad is here to explain why. In actuality, the majority of businesses who go public do so in order to raise money, not required to raise funds. Therefore, that hasn't been a motivating factor. We have briefly discussed going public, but the response has been, well, the US market has been really hostile until recently. Why would we even try to have that conversation? Guess the precise response to the query, will we go public in 2025? That's a clear